Hey everybody, I'm Karen.
And I'm Mae.
And we are from Boomers to Gen Z. So today we're going to follow up with Mae about her weight loss journey, that her resolution that she started on the 1st of January. And I'm sure we would like to know how she's done now that we are closing into middle of the year now. Okay, so don't go away.
So Karen, I had the New Year's resolution of losing weight at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
I told myself that I was going to lose 20 kg by the end of the year.
Okay.
Now, by the end of January, picture this. Not much had changed in terms of my diet. I wasn't keeping up with my gym routines. And I really wanted to just give up. Mm-hmm. Where I've kind of luckily found a middle ground is, even though my New Year's resolution was to lose 20 kg, I don't think that that's going to be achievable, but I'm making a conscious effort now to eat healthier, because that is something that I am able to do. I can swap out certain proteins for fibers. I can scale down my meals, but maybe just eat the same amount of times as I want to. So by doing this, I think that I've recreated my New Year's resolution.
Okay.
In a way that better works for me without me feeling like a complete failure.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, we should tell the audience how many kilos have you lost since then?
4!
Yay! Kudos to me. So, we talk about setting those resolutions, right? And you had, if I remember, was 2. One was the financial, and then how about the ordering of Grab and all those things?
Yeah, so I really wanted to be a bit more careful with my finances, because this year I wanted to start earning more, finding ways to kind of level up in my career. And that also meant being a bit more careful with my money, so that, I'm not sabotaging the whole goal. So when it comes to ordering Grab, I do that because I tend to work from home a lot, and I will order Grab because it's so convenient. So by the time I'm hungry, I'm already very hungry. And I just have this in my mind that it's going to take way too long to whip something up.
Right.
So I'm just order Grab super fast, right? And I noticed that I stopped doing it. And then when I started, it was a ripple effect that I would keep doing it, because I'll keep thinking oh, I just did it yesterday. Already started lah. Just keep going. And then the guilt settles in, because I see how much I've spent, which I could have just gone and done a good grocery run. And then I pick it up again. So now what I need to shift my mindset into doing is either one, look at quick, easy meals and stop being so lazy about doing that. or just changing the goal a little bit to be okay, maybe order once or twice a week.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, so that I don't also feel like a complete failure. But at the moment, when it comes to the financial side of things, so I think goals are very funny, Karen, because you have some which you can keep kind of working towards. And then there's others that you start to realize that you don't actually know as much about it as you thought you did. So when I work with my weight loss, at least that's an environment that I can control, right? I can control what I put in my body. I mean, I'm grateful to be able to go and buy the type of produce that I want to eat. I'm not limited by that. But when it came to my career and scaling it up as a solopreneur, so that also means there's only so much of money that I'm able to earn, at least in the industry I'm in. It takes up more time. The more time I put in, the more clients I serve, the more I earn. It's a cycle in that way. Now that I've scaled up and I've also diversified a little bit to do some workshops, I need to share that money a bit and start hiring. And if I don't do that, then my career will only grow so much. It will never go further than that. Yeah. So I'm in a dilemma right now, because if I start, then I'm responsible for someone else's payment. And then how do I manage people? Well, I don't know.
Let's go back to the first topic, which is I want it to be a motivation for those of us who also started the year of 2024 with a weight loss program, and we got all really excited about what we're going to do, how we're going to lose weight and all that. So the lesson to be learned here is that for you, which you set up a 20 kilo a year weight loss, although it is, but you inadvertently wanted to lose these 20 kilos almost immediately. Am I right to say that? Right? Which is then becoming an unreasonable ask of your body. So one of the things that you have to do is more measurable, more achievable goal and break it up into. So that's something. And then if you notice, May has now found this habit more vegetables. She's still eating. It's just that she will fill her stomach with more healthy things and allow 10% for indulgence. And that has helped her to indulge in the things that she likes and don't feel deprived.
Which helps me with my mood and makes me not want to give up the whole goal entirely. It's like I don't have a negative relationship with the goal.
Your senses to that occasional scoop of ice cream, we all will crave it more. It's like if someone tells me you cannot drink wine at all, and that's the only thing that I'm going to think about. Allow yourself to indulge a little bit and say that, hey, it's okay for me to try those things out. But of course, not on a daily basis. So same thing with food and your relationship with food, because a lot of us are emotional eaters. So like if we are bored or if we are sad, we tend to grab for food. So, allowing yourself that occasion and not feel guilty about it, because then you are still following the program. It's just that you're allowing yourself that one day of a cheat day to allow yourself to have fun and eat things that you like. And that way it keeps you more consistent and make it a habit that as you get, for the rest of the year to start losing more weight. And that way you don't give up. I think that's super, super important. Right?
I think like when we create goals, I know like for my generation at least, especially like with social media right now, we have all of these like aesthetic lifestyles. So we have these videos of like girls waking up at 6 a.m. in the morning, putting on their shoes, going for a run. Oh my goodness, why does she look so beautiful when she runs? Like, I'm like, like all of these things. And we're just like, oh, I want to do this. I'm going to start eating salads like that. And we start thinking that, okay, a salad needs to look a certain way because this is how it looks on social media. But this is not true. We need to shift these little things. And these are some of the things that I discovered when I wanted to eat healthy. So there's salads, right? And salads, when you buy them here, especially if you buy like the really nice leaves, it can be a little pricier than our usual vegetables. But why don't you make like a Thai salad? Or create something with our local vegetables. We have such good vegetables, but make it more relatable to the environment that we are in. The idea is the same. Exactly.
It's a salad and it's raw, so it's great.
And like all of these little things, because what we ignore when we create these little goals is things that look nice or seem nice. And we forget the habits that we already have as individuals, and we ignore the environment that we're in. So we think that, in order to achieve this, it needs to look like this, which is not necessarily true. In fact, it's not true at all. You have to find a way to make it work for you. So when I set the goal of like losing 20 kg by the end of the year, I did not take into consideration how much I depended on food to pick me up in the day, and then I'll continue, it's my little moment of like little happiness. So like what I actually started to do is I will buy tofu and I would just put them in the air fryer, and I would air fry them for like 20 minutes, and it will become like really crunchy, and the middle has that chicken nugget texture.
Oh, okay.
And then I'll just use it with like my favorite sauce. So it's like, it's not all the way there, and I still have that snack. And if it's while you're working, you don't really notice what you're eating so much, Yeah. But I just found alternatives so that when I do have that chicken nugget, like you don't feel like, it's not like you don't feel like you're stopping your body and your desires
and depriving your body from that chicken nugget that it's like, oh, just one.
Exactly.
And then otherwise, the more you deprive, the more likely you overeat it as well, right? Yeah.
At least if you do it this way. I don't know about like listeners, but I like to feel like I'm in control of things. Like Karen said, if someone told her she can't drink wine, then the only thing that she's going to think about is
drink wine.
But then if it's like, okay, so this is the situation, you can still have a glass of wine whenever you feel fit. So in that way, like Karen will probably start looking for alternatives that she could sort of like suppress and be like, okay, I'll save the wine for like later, or I'll save the wine for tomorrow's occasion.
Correct. Yeah. That's what I've been doing as well. And I do more like spritzes. So I mix it, so less quantity of alcohol and then more soda in it, that kind of thing. So that helps a lot as well. Yeah.
I think like that's an important thing. So if you're already like analyzing some of the goals that you set for yourself, it's okay to like realize that maybe you set the wrong goals. Maybe like break them up into like smaller bits and like discover like a smaller goal that's more meaningful,
more achievable, so that you don't give up.
So you can take it off your list and you can actually get it done. I mean, it's just a year, right? And along the way, you're going to notice like you might be up for a promotion, you might be looking for another job. And by doing these things, right, new goals are going to come up in your mind. So to hold on to the old ones that you had at the start of the year, just pick maybe one, because little ones from your work environment, family environment, they're going to pop up and you're not going to have space to juggle all if you stick to really long lists.
Exactly.
And make yourself feel like a failure.
Exactly. So the thing is also like one thing I can say about how May is eating now. She is definitely more energetic, and she has in terms of her eating habits has shifted, which encourages her to continue the journey as well and not give up, because now it's more achievable. She still can indulge occasionally, but and also in this sense, when she see that improvement with her physical being, don't you think that is worthwhile, right? Then you see
feel
like,
good.
yeah, that's amazing. And so now that you're kind of at the phase where you're kind of like, okay, I've done this and it's working. Are you looking at maybe tweaking the program so that you can make sure that it's more sustainable?
So like I'm actually enjoying the food that I've been supplementing into my diet at the moment.
Okay.
So it's not really felt like a loss so much yet. If anything, actually now I'm actually looking to discover more ways that I can make really tasty, healthy food. So like just the other day, actually, I did this really nice, like, so I shaved like cucumber and I made this like nice emulsion. Like that was super good. So I'm just finding ways to enjoy the flavors that I like, but without the chicken and the ham. I like that saltiness, right? So like now what I do is I add a little bit of smoked salmon into my scrambled eggs to get that starchy, salty sort of taste.
You're reinventing what you like, but in a more healthy manner. So what about your exercise regime?
There's no regime. That's a big thing. I went to Decathlon the other day. So I've got myself a mat. And my partner is going to bring me some weight. If you can't get yourself to the gym, then just set up a space and like make it a routine. I do a little bit of like weight training. I have to also get my son like ready for school. So at least this way, I'm like kind of still in the house. And then like I just feel like I can jump in the shower, get to the lap. It's all nearby.
Right.
So that's going to come soon. I'll update you about
that. You have to update us on that, because you conquered the food portion. The next level is the exercise, because exercise is a big component of our bodies. Our bodies are made to exercise. It's not made to just sit down. That's super important. We're gonna look at your goals for finances in our next episode with your relationship with food. Many of us who are emotional eaters, that also contributes to women who are going through menopause. A lot of women suddenly shift to this more sugary dessert type of food, because somehow that's what the body is craving. So look for options that use honey, high protein food to help you feel more full without having to eat junk. Try to reduce processed food as much as possible. So the canned food, the spam, the McDonald's, that kind of thing, do try to reduce that. Eat as wholesome as you possibly can. It doesn't have to be expensive. Sometimes I just make clear soup with vegetable and I feel full. It doesn't have to be a full-on meat and things like that. One of my favorite women who are going through that journey of losing weight or controlling your weight in menopause is, do try intermittent fasting. It's probably harder in the beginning, but it does get easier. You do 16 hours of fast, but you drink a lot of water, and then you eat for the 8 hours. But the eating doesn't mean you go berserk and eat everything. You need to make sure that you put in more protein in your diet. During the 16 hours that you fast, it could be something like maybe you stop your dinner, last meal maybe at 7, and you start from 7 onwards, and then you finish by 11. That allows you to have an early brunch. Don't shock your stomach with something heavy and greasy. You can start gently with some Greek yogurt, which is high in protein. You can mix it with honey, which is nice if you like something a bit sweet in your mouth. And then get some lean protein chicken, which could be baked or it could be in a dry fry kind of thing. Which could be emulate a bit like a nugget kind of with a nice fat salad. So those are things that you can do, and it doesn't take long to prepare. Try to have at least 30 minutes of workout, weight bearing exercises, because again, ladies, those of us who are at menopause or going through, the bone health, the bone density is super important. So you need to carry some weights to help you through and be strong, so that you walk properly, you don't trip, keeping your core strong. That's the tip that I have for all those older ladies, more mature ladies. We'll talk about May's financial goals next episode, and we'll see you soon. Please remember, this is purely entertainment only, and we hope to see you soon.